Hey there, Homi. Paul here from Applewood, Nissan in Richmond. Thank you for your inquiry on the Leaf. I'm going to do a walk around video and a test drive, go through the car approach and everything for you, just to save you from coming over here and realizing, okay, this car isn't what I want. But awesome car, so in really good condition. I'm going to point out any areas where there's like scratches or anything. Minor, very like superficial scratch there. Same with here. A little bit more on this door spot there. I'm not sure if it's showing up in the video. Tiny little spots here. It's a 5-year-old car, so I guess you're going to expect that it's going to have some wear and tear. Nothing too bad though. A little bit on this edge here. Looks like they've rubbed up on something. A little bit on the sides. Not too much at all. One on the front here that is a bit more significant than others. Looks like this is peeling off somehow. I would imagine what's happened, they've hit it onto something maybe, and just that sort of the steel cover over the top of that's peeling off, or whatever sort of cover that is coming up. Not too sure, but the car on the outside is in great condition. Now inside, we do have an intelligent key, so push to lock, push again to unlock. Inside it's leather, really nice on the inside. So stepping in with the intelligent key in my pocket, it's push to start. So the car's going to turn on. You're going to hear some noises just to let you know that it's on. On this screen here, it's going to basically show you all the information you need to know about the drive itself. So it's going to show you about the battery temperature. It's going to show you the how many kilometers you've got left given the current driving situation. So if you're driving a little bit quicker, it's going to show less range. If you're driving on eco mode, driving a little bit more conservative, you're going to have a longer range. Up here, it's actually going to tell you the battery consumption. So if you've got your foot down, it's going to be using more power. If you let go of the accelerator, it's going to regenerate battery into that section there. Up the top there, you've got the speed. You also got time and outside temperature. Over here, we've got navigation. It's also a touch screen. Decent AM/FM radio as well. And it's got a pretty good sound system as well, which is nice. Here we have air conditioning, which despite it being an electric vehicle, the air conditioning does pump really hard. We've got heated seats for the driver and the passenger. This is a USB for charging, and there's an auxiliary input there as well. 2 cup holders, also got a little holder there, probably for your keys. And then there's a decent sized center console here. You've also got heated seats. There's a button there for the back passengers. This is where the gear stick is, so to get it into drive, it's like that. You can see the light. You also got the D on the screen there. To go into reverse, you're gonna go like that. It does also have, that's the sensor there. The customer also installed some rear sensors in the car as well. So for when you're reversing, there are some rear sensors. Now, because this car is quite quiet, you'd be thinking, well, how would people behind me know that I'm reversing? Not sure if you can hear it, but it actually lets out a beep, beep, beep. So that's handy as well. Getting it back into park, you hit that button there, and it's a foot brake there. So over this side, you've got a heated steering wheel, traction control off and on. This is to open up the fuel gauge, where you put the electricity in. This is to time it, and this is to lock that thing at the front as well. So on the steering wheel here, we've got the infotainment control on this side. You can also do voice activated calling. On this side, you've got cruise control, and this is a button to turn off and on eco mode. If you're on the eco mode, you're just going to get better fuel efficiency, or better electricity efficiency, I guess you could call it. But without it on, it's actually, the pickup speed is quite fast. Up here, you've got garage door controls, and this is also an auto dimming rear view mirror. Space there for your glasses. Now I just want to show you the room that you've got in the back, and also as well, you can see the height differences between the back and the front seats. So it's what we call the stadium seating. So people in the back have a lot of space and a lot more height, so they can see better, and quite a bit of space here as well. Now I do also want to show you the last thing before this runs out. Huge space in the back here. You can fit quite a bit, and that's the charger as well. So what I'm going to do next is show you the test drive, then we'll get back into the dealership and I'll go through the car proof and also the inspection report. So one thing that takes a bit of time to get used to with the Leaf is just how quiet it is. The first time I used it, turned it on, didn't know if it was on or not, kept turning off and on. But so when you turn it on, it basically makes no noise. If you have the air conditioning on, then the air conditioning will come on, but you will notice that everything sort of turns on, so you should know. There are a few different modes that you can drive in as well. One of them being the braking mode, which is where the car will actually do a bit of the braking for you. That way it reduces the stress off your brakes, and it also regenerates some battery while it does it. So that's pretty cool. So we'll head off the lot. Super smooth. One thing that a lot of customers do comment on about the Leaf is how quiet it is and how smooth it is. They always say, I'm pleasantly surprised, just because they haven't driven one before. I'll turn the aircon off. You can hear how quiet it is. It's pretty awesome. So one nice thing is that on the screen here, a little bit hard to see from there, I would imagine, but it'll actually show you if you're using battery power and how much you're consuming. And then when you let off the throttle, it'll actually show you how much you're regenerating as well. So it'll give you an idea of like if you are driving conservatively or how to drive more conservatively as well. On this screen, it'll also tell you the battery remaining and how many kilometers you've got left based on your current driving, based on sort of air conditioning, things like that. Down here, we've also got the navigation as well. So this one being the SL does come with the navigation package. So one thing as well, I don't know if you'd be able to feel the G-force from watching this video, but you can feel the acceleration. Like the torque and the pickup in this is pretty much instant, and it's very, very quick. Very surprising. You think electric car, it's not going to be very fast, doesn't have a proper motor in it, doesn't have gas, but these things are very fast. You put your foot down and it's just instant feedback. It's really cool. Just one gear, just a nice smooth motion, like you're on a quick roller coaster. Anyway, I'll drive for a little bit longer and let you get a feel for sort of just watching how it drives. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go back to the dealership. I'll go over the used car inspection and then also the car proof. Okay there, Homi, I'm just going to go through the used car inspection and the car proof now. So this is the used car inspection. Basically the top two are just what we do for used cars. This is a brake fluid, so they change the brake fluid. This one is they mount and balanced 2 tyres. And these are just the environmental fees and shop supplies which go on all of them. So this is the actual inspection itself. So going through the paint overall, they said that was marginal, but then they checked it to make sure it was fine. The brakes have 6.5 on the front, 5.5 on the rear. The only other thing of note is that the wheels and tyres, so the rear tyres have 5mm of tread and the front ones are brand new. Now if we look at the the car proof, there's no damage to the car. Originally the car was registered and owned in the States. I think it stayed there for about a year or so. The car then went to auction, which a lot of cars from the States do, and we will commonly buy them just because there's a lot more cars there. And a used car, like a used Leaf, doesn't really happen that often, so somebody ended up bringing it into Canada. And then that customer owned it from June to actually July 2015 until traded in for a new Leaf recently. So car's in great condition. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be in contact soon. Thanks, Homi.